Welcome to Behind the Badge with your hosts,
Lieutenant Ryan Williams,
and Officer Cammie Vandermolen.
your source for all things Spondy Police.
KFIZ today on a Friday. It's Behind the Badge, our weekly visit with the Fond du Lac Police Department. Lieutenant Ryan Williams in studio. We did not have a program last week due to our coverage of the Fond du Lac County Fair. I was out there broadcasting live and chasing pigs and all kinds of animals around. And, great time. We had great weather. But good to have you guys back in studio.
Yes, it's good to be back. We're so busy. There's always something to talk about, and I think today we're talking about a topic we've talked about before, but we have a need for more community service officers. So I thought I'd bring two community service officers with us. So I have Amber Thompson and Margarita Velasco in the studio with us.
Awesome. And I know Amber's been on with us previously.
Yeah, so Amber only has a couple more days of being a CSO. So she is doing exactly what this job is made to do, and that is to prepare her for a future in law enforcement. So she has chosen to go to Washington County because she's like from that kind of area and stuff like that, and is going to try a county over city. But that's okay because like I'm here to prepare you for a future in law enforcement. I'd like that to be with us, but if it's not, that's what this job's for, is to find out where you kind of fit in that equation. So, Amber, could you just tell us a little bit about your journey?
Yes, so I started here last May, so I've been here for a little over a year. I do want to say it definitely helped prepare me. When I started here, I was not looking for a career in law enforcement. That was not my end goal. But the more I talked to LT Williams and the more I did this job, I realized this is something I do want to try. Like he said, I am going to Washington County. I do want to get a county feel and kind of see how that goes. But as far as preparing you for a future in law enforcement and honestly just like your future in general, I really think that a CSO is a really good thing to try. At least try it. The best way I can explain it is it's a paid internship to being a police officer. That's honestly the best way I can describe it.
And I would say the day that Amber got hooked was the first time she went to a crash. I was a little worried about her that she might be going out causing crashes because there was something about, I don't know if it's the excitement or what it is about traffic crashes, but explain that. Like, what is it?
I think it's just like an adrenaline rush. I think there's just a lot going on. Like, firefighters are there, EMS is there, there's other officers there, and you're the one that has to direct the traffic and make sure people are going around, not going through and causing more accidents. So I honestly think it was just the adrenaline rush.
So you're bringing order to chaos, basically.
Yes,
It's
or
a lot-
trying to.
A lot to coordinate, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You're the one you're the point person. It's on you. And that's good that you like that responsibility.
Which is funny, when we were talking about July 4th, that was one of my least favorite jobs, was directing traffic. And that's something we do. Like, our CSOs will actually be called sometimes as the second unit on crashes. So, like, they'll send two units on most crashes, and they will figure out a plan to block the road, get debris out of the road, divert traffic. So really good use of the CSO squad, which is similar to a police squad. So learning a lot of different things in that aspect. And then not to be forgotten, we have Margarita in the studio, who kind of came from a different path. Like, she was in banking and working at a bank, still working at a bank, but wanted to she always had kind of this dream, I don't want to put words in your mouth, of pursuing law enforcement, and decided to go for it. So tell us a little about your journey.
Yeah, so I did banking for 6 years and then decided it was time to fill my other niche. So I decided to go back to school, and becoming a CSO really has helped me learn different aspects of policing, and yeah, I'm excited. I do plan on staying with the city of Fond du Lac. Hopefully all goes well, and January go to Academy.
Yeah, we're kind of in a spot that it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. Like, we really only have 4 open spots right now. There's gonna be retirements next year probably and stuff like that. So we have one kind of on hold for Margarita, for in the future, because Now she'll be ready. She'll be done with school and ready in January. So
Awesome.
she has been doing an awesome job, and having a different perspective of having a Spanish-speaking female is very helpful. She's been helping with our fingerprinting a lot, and so Amber was our #1 fingerprinting guru, and now Margarita's kind of taking over the helm, whether she likes it or not, unfortunately. But she has taken it. She's taken a leadership position in that. So fingerprinting is something else that our CSOs do. So they basically they schedule times that work with their schedule. We are very flexible. Are we flexible in our
We
schedule?
are very flexible, yes. Coming from being a mom to having a full-time job, going to school, and doing this part-time, they are very, very flexible.
They have a really good boss to work for, and I understand. Like most of our CSOs are still going to school, so we have to work around school schedules. We actually have some jobs where they have the opportunity to catch up on schoolwork because when you're fingerprinting, you have to be there. Like you have to be there, and there's downtime in between waiting for people to show up. A lot of people don't show up for fingerprints sometimes, so they have to be there, and I'll allow them to get caught up on things like that because there's nothing else they can really do at that point. So it's a really good job if you're pursuing a career in law enforcement. As Amber was saying, it's like an internship, but we do pay you. We pay you money, and we give you a uniform. We give you a bulletproof vest. Just to keep you safe. You're not going on any calls that you should be unsafe on. In fact, any call, you'll take like theft reports, you'll take vandalisms, you'll take a lot of found properties, a lot of abandoned bicycles, and you'll work on abandoned vehicles. But anything where there's like a suspect or that needs follow-up, that gets passed on to an officer. So I actually, Amber, I just got a report back from a captain on her, and she had, I think was it a theft or a vandalism?
It was a vandalism.
So it was a vandalism report, and she took the initial report, got all the pertinent information, and actually did kind of from what I hear, like a canvass of the neighborhood.
Yeah, Margaret and I canvassed the neighborhood. We looked for houses that had cameras to see if they caught any footage of the vandalism, and then we also asked neighbors if they had heard anything in the time span that the victim had reported.
So you talk about looking for a future in law enforcement. You're basically an investigator there. You're doing 100% police work, and that kind of stuff used to be above and beyond, and that is very exceptional at a first level of law enforcement investigation to do all those extra things. And it might sound like a normal thing for everybody else, but a lot of times our CSOs are kind of just get the report, and if there's anything like that needs to be done, it goes to an officer, so that they're doing that level of investigation is really good.
And Amber, loyal listeners may recall you coming on here previously, and in addition to this, you were also doing an internship with the coroner's office, right?
Yes, so last summer I was doing an internship with the Dodge County Medical Examiner's Office. That finished at the end of summer. It was definitely an experience that I'm very thankful for, but that's not the route that I'm going to be pursuing at this time.
And that is where you were headed initially, though, right? Until
Yes,
you
correct.
started causing all these crashes.
Right.
And that's exactly what this job's for. I say it all the time, it's try it before you buy it. Like you're getting in, it's a part-time job with flexible hours, like very flexible. Like even if you have a full-time job and you need to do that to pay the bills, to get, to pay for college and stuff, and you can only put in 3 to 6 hours a week or whatever that might be, I can find a place for you. We have a lot of special events that just need to be staffed, and so there's a need for you, and you'll get your foot in the door. And the difference is this: if you want a job in policing, at some point you're going to have to interview. Someone's going to interview you, right? And they're going to say something like, "What have you done to prepare yourself for this role?" Right? And you can say, "Well, I worked at a factory and I went to school," or something like that. I'm not putting down factory work. I worked at a factory my life. Or you can say, "Well, I was actually a community service officer for the Fond du Lac Police Department, where I did fingerprinting, I did abandoned vehicle processing, I took vandalism reports, took criminal damage to property reports, I wrote parking tickets, I enforced parking violations, I did ordinance violations, I inventory found property," and the list probably goes on. Oh, and Amber's favorite, animal complaints. Not her
Yeah,
favorite.
Not so
no,
much.
I love them.
She had a bad experience with a dog there. So the list goes on, and those are all police-related fields, right? So you're getting all that under your belt. Plus, you have a good boss who says, hey, what are you interested in? And if you let me know, there's always opportunities where I can get you into different trainings. Right now, this last week, I should say, we have a couple of our CSOs training with our SWAT team. They needed role players with our SWAT team. So we have people that have interest and actually these two have helped out on our SWAT team too as role players. So you're getting that aspect of it. I do a defense and arrest tactics day with our new hires. I'll have the CSOs sit in through that full day. And that's something they're gonna get at the academy, but they get it early. So there's a lot of things and opportunities, because I know how much they do for us. They do a lot of the grunt work, I'll be honest, but I like to pay them back with getting them experience in the law enforcement field so that I can hopefully help their passion grow.
Somebody listening to this who is interested, wants to become a CSO, what do they need to do?
The easiest way is to go to fdlpolice.com and click on the jobs tab. You gotta scroll down for the community service officer tab, and there's an application, and then send that application in. As soon as I get that application, it'll go through HR and it'll send it to me. I'll contact you and I'll find that interview date that works for everybody. So it's not like I would make it happen sooner than later. We're looking for fall help. We're looking for a lot of help. We're losing Amber. Actually, we're losing 2 other that we're sending to the academy as well. So we're kind of cut our CSO ranks in half. So we're really looking for people. You have to be over 18. You have to pass a background check. So there are some things you have to do, and you have to have a valid Wisconsin driver's license. If you have an out-of-state license, we've had CSOs that have gotten a Wisconsin license. It wasn't that big of a deal, but those are all qualifications that we're looking for. And if you're pursuing a future in policing, then some of the things you might want to start thinking about is your background and stuff like that, and as far as drug use and things like that. So those are all things that you might want to start thinking about as you apply. But definitely as a CSO, those are the things that we're looking for, and we're really looking for good character. I'm a little lenient on experience. I don't expect you to know the job. That's my job to teach you the job. If you come from a place of good character, I can work with that. But if you don't come from a place of good character, I can't really work with too much there. So.
Amber, it's been fun getting to know you. Congratulations, best wishes to you and
Thank
the
you.
rest of your career. And
Thank you.
Margarita, great to meet you, and I know we'll be seeing more of you in the future.
Thank you.
She wants to be a regular now, right?
Yes.
She was very nervous. Amber kind of got her, convinced her to come on. So we'll have her till December. So
You did great. You did very
Thank
well.
you.
You did
Thank
very
you.
well. It's Behind the Badge, KFIZ today.